In a land of sunshine where the palm trees sway, there's a special show to brighten up your day. From rockin' festivals to Broadway dreams, tune in with Bonnie G. It's a desert scene. The desert scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be for all the culture, fun, and harmony. The desert scene, yeah, with Bonnie G.
Mutual Broadcasting welcomes you to the Desert Scene, featuring conversations with the people who make culture, art, and entertainment happen in the Coachella Valley. From local theater to live music, art exhibits to cinema and beyond. Now here is your host, Bonnie G.
Welcome to the Desert Scene. So happy to have you here today. And I'm very happy to welcome my buddy, Jeff Hocker, who's been here many times, the PR extraordinaire guy. He's working all over town. And there's a big event coming up Sunday, May 4th, Cinco de Mayo at the Arenas District. Looks really exciting. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Well, didn't you come last year?
I don't think so. I think I talked about it, but I don't remember being there. So
we need to get you out there this year. So, one of the, as people know, I'm an executive producer and I do PR and marketing as well. But it's really the production of these events that, really that I've focused on over the last, 5 to 10 years. Mm-hmm. And so the merchants of the Arenas District came to me and they said, we really want to do more events on the street. So I started coming up with different ideas, and Cinco de Mayo came up because, for one, as we all know, the weather's really great the 1st of May. It's not quite that hot yet. Yeah. And most of our, events, Cinco de Mayo events are, afternoon and evening time. So the sun goes behind the mountains. But this year is going to be even more amazing than ever before. What we do is we transform that block of Arenas from Indian Canyon to Cali and Celia into a Mexican fiesta. We have, VIP cantina back behind the stage. But last year we had the Mariachi Arco Iris de Los Angeles. That is the top LGBTQ mariachi band in Southern California.
Excellent.
And what's great about them is they all sing. Mariachi bands, usually there's one or two singers that come forward and do the vocals, but every single member comes forward and sings during the performance. So that really brings a really whole different dimension. And then we have Willie Gomez, who was a finalist on The Voice. And he was also a backup dancer for Britney Spears, Katy Perry, Jennifer Lopez. I mean, this guy is extremely talented.
Yeah, sounds like it.
And he's easy on the eyes. I think people are really going to enjoy watching him, and he'll bring some backup dancers as well. But, when I do these events, I want to really bring in as much local talent and community leaders as well. So what I did is we're bringing in the Cathedral City Folklorico dancers. They're young kids who dress in amazing, bright colored dresses and uniforms. And there's about 20 of them. And they're going to be on the stage and they're going to be down on the street. And then we have great DJs. We have Liz Castles, who plays banda music. I don't know if you know what banda music is.
No, I don't.
Well, banda is really sort of a more traditional Mexican style of music that is really danceable.
Okay.
So yeah, it's going to be really fun. Bars on the street, and what the city did a few years ago is they create what they call an event district, and Arenas is one of those, so that you can actually close the street and sell liquor on the street and have a whole big festival. It is a 21 and over event, and we really recommend people do not bring their pets to this event. There's just a lot of people, and
too much noise. Yeah.
Them. As you know, we both have labs, and it's like they get scared easily.
Very scared. Yeah.
This event is great. It's sponsored by the city of Palm Springs. We're very fortunate to have the support of some of the liquor brands that I enjoy: Tito's Handmade Vodka, Hornitos Tequila, Modelo Pacifico, and Corona are all part of the event. So, I try to make it as authentic as possible. And when people come to the street, they'll see it. It is beautiful. We have, traditional I forget what you call them, but you string them along, and they're cutouts.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like paper cutouts. And so that's all swag down the street.
Yeah.
And I have to say thank you to the Arenas District merchants. They all step up to the plate. And even, people forget that even like Johannes and Lulu's and Zin American Bistro, those are all part of the merchants on Arenas. And they all step up when we do these events.
Let's talk about the food a little more. I'm sure you're going to have tons of food.
Well, not a ton, because there are some restaurants on the street, but we do have La Cocina Reforma, who does traditional Pan-Latin food. And then this year we're going to have this guy, I found him at the College of the Desert, where they do caramel corn, and then they have the agua frescas and the horchatas and stuff. So he has this trailer that's going to be there as well. And one of the things that we work with is the Palm Springs Sister City program with San Miguel, Mexico. So they're going to be there with a booth. And we're going to have Hornitos. We'll have a separate bar this year where we'll be doing just margaritas and shots. Okay. So that's very exciting. And then, we should tell everybody. So the big deal is that you can do a VIP for $75. And what that gets you is open bar. Okay. It gets you, we'll have nibbles of different food. Cardenas Market is coming on as a sponsor this year. So we're going to have some chips and guacamole and different things back there. But also, and people laugh at me when I say this, but we have dedicated porta potties. And I always say that people will thank me
when you're actually there.
$35 just for that, because at a big block party like that, all the bars have lines, which is great. We're thrilled about that. Yeah. But it gives you that access, and people have in and out privileges, and they get to meet the artists and take pictures with them with our step and repeat. So I think that makes it. It takes it up a few levels, and that's only $75. They can go to Cinco de Mayo PalmSprings.com and buy. And the great thing about it is we don't charge a fee. It's just a flat $75.
And so what about if it's not VIP? What's the price to just?
There's no price. It's free.
Free. Okay.
This is
you just
free.
buy whatever you
open
want.
To the public. Again, we do really insist that it's 21 and over. Don't bring the kids to this event. Oh, and the other really fun thing that we do is we have a mechanical bull.
So you can ride. Yeah.
People can come on and do the mechanical bull, and that just makes it all so worth it.
Now, I'm assuming that this is true wherever you have mechanical bulls, that there's some kind of waiver you have to sign in case you get injured when you're on there. Okay.
Yeah, and I think last year, we charged maybe like $5 to do that. Yeah. Just to cover expenses. Yeah. But everybody loves it. And there's no time limit on it. You can do it for 10 minutes or whatever if there's nobody around.
That makes my back hurt just thinking about it. So.
Well, yeah, it can go really fast.
Yeah, I bet. Now, how many years have you done this, been involved in this? And how has it grown over the time since you have?
Well, so this is my event. I own the event, and I'm the executive producer. And this is our second year.
Okay.
I've been known for Halloween Palm Springs on Arenas. I've been doing that for about 12 years now. Yeah. And so again, we wanted to try some other things, and we've got a couple other events that we're talking to the merchants about doing. I think it's one of those things that whatever you can do to bring people down to the downtown corridor, I think people sometimes forget that when you go out to dinner, you try to go someplace where there's parking and stuff. There are, you can park all over downtown. There's a parking structure right across from Arenas. So it is relatively easy. But I think, bringing culture and trying to bring in, traditional food and drink and costuming and talent. I think that just for all of us, we live in an age where people are trying to destroy culture. I want to build it, and I want to bring more of it to Palm Springs.
Yeah. Tell me about, I know you've been doing this kind of event for a long time. What are some of the main pitfalls or challenges of putting an event like this together?
Well, I always say my biggest talent is strategic partnerships. Building relationships with people over a long term where, now I have a lot of companies and individuals who support me on everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I send them one email at the beginning of the year and I say, can you support all these events? And they go, I'll do this one, this one, this one, this one. The challenge is that you work with so many people.
Yeah.
It takes somebody to be very organized.
Mm-hmm.
And, I work with Charlie Dyer. He's my associate producer and, he's really detail oriented as well. So it really takes, a team of people to make this happen. Yeah. And I'm very fortunate that over the last probably 4 years, I've gotten a stellar team together, and they all work well together. They all enjoy working together. Because I always tell everybody, if you're not enjoying this, why are you doing it?
Exactly. Life's too short for that.
When I wake up in the morning, what do I think of? The events that I produce.
Mm-hmm.
That is what brings me such great joy.
Yeah.
Obviously the Food and Wine Festival is coming up in November 15th and 16th. I'll put in a plug for that. So it's palmspringsfoodandwine.org. Tickets are already on sale. Okay. But again, I think in doing these events, bringing in culture, food, wine, and entertainment that all blends well together. Yeah. People nowadays want an experience.
Absolutely.
They want to walk away saying, wow, that was really fun. What are they going to do next year?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
All right, let's recap. So Palm Springs Cinco de Mayo, Arenas District, free, join the Fiesta, Sunday, May 4th, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Anything else you want people to know about the event? Where can they find info about this one?
Cinco de Mayo, palmsprings.com. Okay. And, it's a long website, but it is, when you put Cinco de Mayo, Palm Springs, it comes up. So, come and enjoy, come for free if you can't afford. We do ask that we have different people asking for donations because we do have different charity elements. Okay. We have Palm Springs Gay Men's Chorus, LGBTQ Center of the Desert, DAP Health, and Greater Palm Springs Pride that we give donations to. Mm-hmm. So if you can, $5, $20, whatever you can do, that helps, make sure that the charities get money. But do the VIP, I think that's the way to go. $75, open bar. Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. All right. All right. Cinco de Mayo is coming up. Exciting. It's going to be summer's coming. It's going to be warm, beautiful, lots of music. Jeff Hocker, thank you so much for all the events you put on in town. And this sounds really exciting. And thanks for being here today. Really appreciate it.
And I know you're going to be there this year.
I'm going to do my best to get there. All right. Thank you, Jeff Hocker. And we'll see the rest of you the next time on The Desert Scene.
See you soon.
The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The Desert Scene, yeah, with Bonnie G. The Desert Scene's where you belong with Mutual Broadcasting's Bonnie G. Just sing along. Just sing along.